Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 17 of Let's Platinum Tales Symphonia. Alright, on we go into Governor General Door's building. Down below is the prison. Do you want to be thrown in there? Alright, let's talk. Excuse me. Greetings, travellers. We welcome travellers as per the teachings of Martel. May the blessing of Martel be upon those who journey. Ah, thanks. Actually, we're looking for something called the Booklet of Regeneration. We heard at the church that it's here. What the? It's the Book of Regeneration, dummy. I knew that. Yeah, what he said. The Book of Regeneration? Yes, that's our family treasure, but what of it? We want you to lend it to us. What an insolent request. I'm sorry, that was rude. We are aiding the Chosen on her journey of world regeneration. For the sake of the future of our world, we wish to learn the path followed by Spiritual. Governor General Door. Yes. The Chosen was just here moments ago. How dare you defile that name? These despicable criminals must be arrested and turned over to the church at once. Colette falls over. Her wings come out. Or get surrounded, but... Wow, Father, did you see? She has wings. She's like an angel. They're beautiful. Wait, everyone lower your weapons. This person before us is without a doubt the Chosen of Mana. There is no mistaking the angel wings that are on your back. Please forgive our insolence, Chosen One. Insolence again? Please, it's okay. It's alright, really. Everyone tells me I'm not very Chosen-like at all. But this means the Chosen we gave the Book of Regeneration to was an imposter? Wait a minute, you said something about the Chosen coming here already. You handed over the Book of Regeneration? Earlier, the Chosen of Mana came and asked us to give her the Book of Regeneration. Of course, it must be those guys that were giving us trouble earlier. We had received information that the Chosen's group was headed this way, so we naturally thought that they were them. Are you stupid or something? Now what are we supposed to do? I'm terribly sorry. I can't believe this. Do you use your eyes at all, or are they just there for decoration? You humans are... Ow. Genius, that's enough. You don't happen to remember the contents of that whatever it's called book, do you? I'm afraid not. It is, after all, written in the language of the angels, so only members of the church can read it. Damn, it looks like we don't have any choice but to chase after the imposters. But how? Remember what they said? They're planning on selling the Book of Regeneration. To Hackinasia Peak, then. Wow, Lloyd, you're amazing. It's only at times like this that he has a good memory. Shut up, Junus. Let's go after them. Well then, let us go. Alright, cool. So we have a plan. Let's do imposters. Damn it, those guys really piss me off. You mean the imposters, right? I know, I'm really mad too. Right? Colette's the one trying to save the world. Huh? Doesn't it make you mad, Colette? Well, I think if there are lots of Chosens, the odds of the world being saved go up. That would be a good thing. Alright, let me quickly go in here again just to talk to a few people. So, do you say the same thing? Yep. What about Neil? Oh, I can't talk to him from here. Oh, there was another one. We must have committed a terrible mistake. We shall search for the imposters as well. Colette's imposter. I can't believe someone's pretending to be Colette. Yeah, this is trouble we didn't need. Someone's pretending to be me? I feel like a famous celebrity or something. Hey, Colette, you are famous. The entire world has its eyes on you. Oh yeah, that's right. It still doesn't quite feel real, you know. Oh brother, are we going to be okay at this rate? Dr. Door, greetings and welcome. Mate, we're angry at you. Oh, we can talk to Kilia. This is interesting. I must report this to Chosen One, please show me your angel wings again sometime. I can't wait to tell all my friends. Kilia, I apologize for my daughter's rudeness. Your name's Kilia? Sure, I'll show you them to you again. Yay, thank you, Chosen One. Very interesting. I did not realize that talking to her would evoke that response. It's quite interesting there. Okay, anyway. Let's head towards Hackinasia Peak. Now, Hackinasia Peak is, as we've sort of learnt by talking to different people, is actually quite far away. It takes quite a long time to get there, and there's quite a few things we can do before we actually go there. So let's try and work on that. First thing we want to do is head up here to Nova's Caravan. I think there are also a few new enemies in the area, so I'm going to try and get them if I can. This is Nova's Caravan, where we entered it before. But that here we can get a few more, we can access a side quest basically, the start of a side quest. Who are you? Who are you? Oh my, we don't get visitors very often, may I help you? No, we were just passing by. Are you in the middle of a pilgrimage? We are travelling while studying the animals of the world. I'm a zoologist. Really? That's a weird thing to do in these dangerous times. Smack. Ow! Travelling the world in pursuit of knowledge, that's wonderful. I just like seeing all sorts of rare animals. We even saw a giant glowing bird. Glowing bird? That must have been Aska, the summoned spirit of light. Really? That bird is a summoned spirit? I see. That would explain why it's a species I've never seen before. Say, tell us about the time you saw it. The information might come in handy, and besides, I want to hear the story. In that case, I think it would be better to ask my children. I actually didn't get a good look at the bird. Okay, I'll try asking them. Alright, so these are all his children. Let's ask. You know, on that day, I picked nuts from the tree, and it makes a pretty sound. That's... could we see it? So this is a linkite nut. It really does make a pretty sound. I'll give that one to you. I have some more. Thank you very much. We get a key item, the linkite nut. That comes into play, I think, much later on. I don't remember how far, but it's pretty far, I think. My brother hurt himself bad recently. I can't tell which ones are girls and which ones are boys, so it's kind of tricky. Say, tell us in detail about the time you saw the glowing bird. It was on the Ossa Trail. Remember, we went through that. We were camping out near the peak, and that glowing bird appeared. Ossa Trail, Also, the wind was strong that day. A tree nearby played a mysterious melody as its nuts shook in the wind. It was like a beautiful song. Tree nuts playing a mysterious melody? What the heck is that? That's probably the linkite tree that is said to grow in high places. We just learned about that, Lloyd, come on. It said that when the nuts shake in the wind, they make a beautiful sound, like bells. Even though, and also Lloyd was like, that must be, I didn't know there was a tree like that. But doesn't that mean we can meet Aska if we just go to the Ossa Trail? No, the tree isn't there anymore. Either someone cut it down and took it away, or it was carried away in a landslide or something. Yeah, we didn't see any tree like that when we went there before. That stump we saw near the peak might have been it. I think that's what it was supposed to be. Alduin, interesting name. We've travelled all over the world, but we've yet to see that tree again. That tree is thought to be extinct from over-harvesting and natural disasters. I don't think it will be easy to find. Okay. Recently, while surveying the area, I tried heading further north from here. I almost lost my life in the process. Okay, so this must be the brother. May. Aldrin May. What's your name? Sarah. Oh, you're Sarah. Thanks again. Lloyd, do you know her? She helped us when it was just the two of us. Oh my, thank you so much for looking after these children. It was my pleasure. So is she the one that we saw in the first Novus caravan? Because I don't remember her at all. She must be. Sarah, there's something we'd like to ask you. If you know anything about the glowing bird, we'd like you to tell us. I imagine that bird can only be found among steep, impregnable mountains, ones you could never reach by foot. Why do you think that? Because we've been everywhere that one can walk to. If you could find it in one of those places, I think we would have already encountered it. I see. Okay. I'll sum up the situation in which they encountered the glowing bird. First, they encountered it on the Ossa Trail. This indicates that the glowing bird only appears in high places. Next, a linkite tree made a beautiful sound as if the nuts were producing a melody. Finally, on that day, there was a strong wind, and the sound of the linkite nuts was carried a long distance by the wind. I think that about sums it up. They said that after travelling around the world, they went back to the Ossa Trail again, but the linkite tree was already gone. And they've yet to find another linkite tree on any of their journeys. At least there weren't any that they could get to by foot. Excuse me. Which means in order to meet Aska, we need to search for a linkite tree and a place you can't get to on foot. That sounds impossible. Yes, well, we don't need to accomplish it immediately. And even if we did find a linkite tree, it wouldn't do us any good if it was dead. The sound has to be carried on the wind, and playing a melody sounds difficult too. Couldn't you do something about a dead tree with your healing arts? My power alone wouldn't be enough. In order to heal something that's already dead, I'd need something that could strengthen my skills. Something that could call forth the linkite tree's will to live. Something like an X-sphere or even just a small fragment of one. Also, if it's dead, that means the ground there is weak. We'd need to replenish the earth and make it nourishing again. Dad's the only one I can think of who might have a spare X-sphere. Although if there are any other dwarves around, they might have one too. There's nothing we can do. Let's give up on Aska. Fascinating. Whoa. I see now. That's impressive the way you found the rules. of how it works. But all we've learned is that meeting Aska is hard. Well, I suppose so. I've gone ahead and made note of the information you've assembled. Feel free to talk to me anytime you want to hear it. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's talk to this one again. Okay. Yep. And my husband is extremely interested in the ecosystem in this area, although I keep telling him that the area ahead is dangerous and we should go back. Okay, we'll talk to Nova one more time. What is it? Show us the memo about the glowing birch. Certainly. To find the Linkite tree. The Linkite tree is thought to be somewhere that cannot be reached by foot. If the Linkite tree is dead, we must strengthen the healing arts, call forth the tree's will to live, and nourish the ground. Thank you. Don't mention it. Alright, that's it. That's all we can do for here. Let's save real quick. Okay, and now we're going to do some, we're going to make our way to Hakonesia Peak while fighting some enemies and gaining a few treasures that we can, well, one treasure in particular that's going to make Lloyd a lot stronger and a lot more fun to use. Well, not a lot more fun, but fun. It feels like it doesn't really make a, when you see what I mean. Anyway, there's a chest here, and we get the X-Gem level 2, our first one. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to equip it to him. And we want to learn, I think it's Strong, Tough, and Dash is our setup. Let me just double check that. Let me make sure I did everything. Yep. And, okay, so that's his best setup for right now. So we'll go through, we'll learn his special compound skills. I'll read these ones. So dodge, increases evasion, decreases physical damage from enemies with low accuracy, so that could be useful. Dash, increases mobility during battle. I think it just means he can run faster backwards and forwards. Vitality increases max HP by quite a bit. And personal is interesting, it increases mobility in cities and dungeons, so he can run much faster in cities and dungeons, which is really cool. Alright, let's fight some monsters and get some stuff. We want Colette to learn her new ability as well. Have I done Grasshopper? I don't think I've done Grasshopper. In fact, I'm going to do both, just in case, because I don't remember. Magic Blade is the... Jeez, so much damage. You can see how fast... Oh, that's interesting. If you use the right X gems, you can actually gain access to the compound X skills that they give you, even on the first battle before you discover them. I just realized that. I'll show you in a sec here. Lloyd, Colette, beautiful. I picked the right one for Colette. Now Colette's one, we'll actually look at Colette's one. She gets Item Finder, so by having Tough and Sharp Eye equipped, we increase the chances of finding items after battles. That's pretty useful to have, and I'm pretty much not going to change that. That's going to stay like that. And for Lloyd, his best one is to have X attack from Strong and Tough, and Quick Turn from Tough and Dash, and it allows you to turn around instantly even when dashing. This is what I was talking about in one of the early episodes, where Lloyd would kind of get stuck running in one direction, and it would ruin, he'd just he'd sort of, be kind of screwed. I'll do that one real quick. If he was attacking, it'd be annoying to turn around, but he can quick turn now, so I'll try and show you. So he runs and then turns. See how he can move back and forth really simply? Before he couldn't do that.
Good job, everyone.
So it's a good one to have. Okay, let's have a look at our cooking actually. Let's start with sandwich again, just to have a quick look before we filled up on anything. Nope. Cabbage roll. Alright, rice ball it is. So let's cook. Can I do it again? No. Oh, I mean I can, but I don't want to use seaweed. I don't want to do rice ball like that. Okay, we can do these ones a few times, so let's go with that. Jeez. So, do I need to check? Oh, I wanted to check this other thing, because there's a monster in this area. Well, monster, it's just a... So, giant beetle, grasshopper. Actually, you know what? Let me quickly go through everything. Witch. Okay, witch might be fine. just gonna see if I've got everything up to this point and if there's anything I'm missing. All I'm looking at is the HP, and as long as that is being shown, then it means I've got it. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like I've got everything. Alright, cool. So if we find new enemies, we'll
You're gonna regret
nice! Oh, yeah. That was such a good combo.
Whoops.
Damn it, Colette. Use item thief in such a standard there. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, let's start trying to head to Hackinasia Peak. There are no other treasure chests in this like low area, or you know, down here. So I'm basically just gonna walk around. I'll try and fight what I can fight on the way. And yeah.
Just as I expected.
Beautiful block. Oh, 114, nice. Yeah, so the other thing is, obviously right now, it might seem like the combat system is getting a bit, that's by you, getting a bit like tiresome. It's the same thing like every time. I just attack 4 times on the sword drain and hope that everyone else can, you know, link up the attacks properly. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of things when it comes to this game, early combat, and even like later on. There's just a specific combo that you use, but it does open up a lot more, and you can sort of play around with it a lot more. The more levels we get, the new techs we learn and stuff. How are we doing on that, by the way? Okay, he hasn't learned anything new. He still hasn't learned Stalagmite, which is interesting. I think he needs to use Stone Blast like 50 times in order to learn Stalagmite, so he's on 47. That's fine, we're not too worried about. Kratos can actually access Double Demon Fang. That will be his first level 2 special ability, and he'll be able to then combine. Let's say he'll do like a Sonic Thrust, and then he'll do Double Demon Fang immediately after, and link it. So that's good. So he'll learn it very soon. Oh, come on! Yeah, 20 hits. Not bad. I think my best is 25 hits, which I did on. Pretty sure I did on what's his face. Sword Dancer.
Don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. First aid. Alright, pretty good.
I was just warming up.
Oh, ran out of space for apple gels. That's interesting. Let's continue. Alright, let's get to the House of Salvation. That's where we want to go first. Just looking around, trying to remember if there's anything. I don't think there is. According to my notes, it's basically get the X-Gem level 2. Let me read it again just to make sure. Yeah. We could, like, I could change Lloyd so that, like, Strong and Personal gives another one, but, maybe I won't do that just yet. Let's get the House of Salvation done, and then I'll try and get the other stuff. It's not important to unlock all of the Compound X skills, but they're there if you want them. Chosen one, la 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 la. I assume that's how it is. I have to deliver my cargo to Asgard on the other side of the mountain, but that Koton guy is demanding an insane amount of money. So, what should I do? Okay, yeah, we'll deal with that in a sec. That's just another way to exit. Past the eastern mountain lies a human ranch. Unless you're headed that way to go to Thoda Island, you best steer clear. Mind you, the Thoda Island geyser is worth seeing at least once. But I'm not going to stop you if you insist on going anyway. Okay, cool. Talk to this guy. If you head north from here, you'll hit Hackinasia Peak, but I don't think you'll be able to cross it. You'll see what I mean if you go there. Alright, let's get Colette, talk to this dog. Wine. This one feels like caramel. His tail is so cute. Another tail reference. As in tails? Interesting. 2 tail references. That's a tails reference. Anyway, La will suffer. Oh, damn it, I didn't read what it said. Anyway, speak to her in this case. If you... I can't remember what the thing is. If you leave her alone, affection actually goes up, but we don't want her affection to go up. We want someone else's later on down the track to go up. So let's speak to her. Hey, what are you praying for? So I can save everyone. Wait, now we don't know her name, but it said her name before. Oh, there's a nice thought. Shut up. My name's Lloyd. What's yours? What? Lloyd? I'm Colette. I'm still inexperienced as a chosen, but I promise I'll do my best to regenerate the world. I never asked you your names. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to kill you. I know, but if we just talk, I'm sure we can come to an understanding. Are you listening to me? I'm listening, but, Miss Assassin, it's Sheena. Sheena Fujibayashi. Sheena, you were praying. Prayer makes one's heart grow. I pray too, so I'm sure we can understand each other. I was praying that I'd be able to kill you. Jesus. Forget it. I lost my concentration. You'd better be ready next time. And she disappears. Okay. Can't look at that. Let's go up here. This bit's cool. See this guy? He looks so much like Lloyd. Hey, that hairstyle's the same as mine. Before we talked to that person that looked like was talking to Lloyd specifically, and it didn't change, but if you change the genus, he says, what do you think? Is this a cool hairstyle or what? He actually changes a little bit, so I don't know why they missed the previous one, but got that one. Show rest. Colette is pretty low. How much is it? 100 or 200? It's only 100, I'll rest. And we might get a skit. No, we don't. Okay, geez, I don't have much time left though. Alright, I'll try and make a mad dash to Acanesia Peak then. And I'll save later on. Let's talk to this guy first. I'm terribly sorry, but due to the absence of the head priest, those that have need of services are asked to come back again at a later date. It feels like there's something slightly wrong with that spiritual statue they have on display. I wonder if it's just my imagination. Interesting. I think this bit of the game is quite frustrating. I'll spoil it a little bit here. It's not like a story spoiler, it's just what's gonna end up happening. So basically, we're gonna go all the way to Acanesia Peak. I'm gonna go off here to the right to this northeast peninsula just to grab the long range mode for Noish, even though I don't really use it. But there's going to be something annoying that happens, and what it is basically we're going to get there, and for reasons we're going to have to go all the way back to Palmacosta, and then later on we have to go all the way back to Hackneysia Peak.
You were great, Lloyd.
We're counting on you.
Ew.
See how I think I've said this before, see how I got that little dialogue at the end and my grade was super good? That was because I did the battle just really well, but I don't know, the way they do it, they make it very easy. Like, if you fight a really easy battle and you do really well, you actually get a decent amount of grade, which I think is a bit silly, but oh well, that's how it is, Let's fight this strong one here in the forest, maybe we'll get something new.
Let's
No.
go!
Okay, this one will be pretty hard. Definitely get that good grade. I did really well.
Angel feathers.
What was I saying? Yeah, so just because of reasons essentially. Oh, nice. We have to go back to Palmacosta, and then I did not take damage at this point. I should have attacked.
Take this.
Oh, double Demon Fang, which you didn't really get to see. That was actually alright. 90. Melon, Karima, and Cabbage. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't like the way they did it. Like, just, going there, going back, it's a little bit frustrating. But I guess technically
Out of my
not
sight.
that bad. There's no way to also, speed it up either. You have to... Well, there is a little bit of a way later, but... Yeah, just the way they did it, it's a little frustrating, but it's okay. I still love the story. Alright, there's long range mode, or long mode as they call it. By the Palmacosta northeast part, the circumference of a Hackneysia Peak. They just did that so wrong. I feel like the way it's written there, what they did was they programmed a sentence into each of those long range mode, I don't know, pylons or whatever, and they just replaced the place names, which is not a good idea. The English sounds weird. This one. Like, so I got like 3 great from this battle, right? I'll probably get like 1
I
this
was
time.
just warming up.
Yeah, alright, 1.5, because I didn't do it as good. I got hit and it took a little bit longer and stuff, but yeah. Alright, there's one more thing that we can do before actually going to Hakonesia Peak, and you can get a treasure chest over here to the right, just before we go in. And I guess I'll save outside Hakonesia Peak, that's a good place to stop. Because the Hakonesia Peak like story section takes a few minutes basically.
Demon Fang!
Demon Fang!
Alright!
Here's another thing to note. When you see this treasure chest over here, if you're on Noish, treasure chests don't appear on the map. So let's see where it's there, right? If I get on Noish, it disappears, but you can actually run into it. It's like here, right? And so you can actually still run into it, you just can't collect it. So pop off Noish, collect the Magic Mist. The Magic Mist, I can't remember, but my notes tell me to give it to Colette. It basically increases getaway speed, that's what it does, yeah. And it gives you more evasion. I think I decided to give it to Colette so that way she can take less damage if she gets hit. I think that's what evasion does. I think she's the best person to give that to, so there you go. Get Magic Mist, give it to Colette, and then we'll head to Hakonesia Peak next time. I guess I'll fight this one last time. Alright, come on. Get him, boss.
I can't wait to reveal
Let's do it.
Angel Brother.
Perfect timing. Ah, I missed that.
Demon Fang!
Nice.
I was just warming
Yeah,
up.
that should give me like... Oh, okay. Wasn't as much. Oh, I leveled. Do I have my new ability? Yep, Fierce Demon Fang, which is really cool. So Fierce Demon Fang is our first level 2 special attack. That's going to be very useful. You'll notice that Lloyd has Fierce Demon Fang and Kratos got Double Demon Fang. The reason for that is because Lloyd is a slasher, according to T and S just here under his name, and Kratos is a thruster. So if Lloyd was to change to thrust at this point, he would also change the Fierce Demon Fang into Double Demon Fang. I don't know which one I prefer. I think Fierce is better if I had to pick one. But it's not the biggest deal in the world. We might change, like during the game, we might change who gets what. How the hell did Rain lose HP? Maybe because she leveled or something and didn't increase. Yeah, we might change, but anyway, we'll leave it like that. Alright, so that's another episode done. Jeez, what episode are we up to? Let me just think for a second. Okay, it should be 17. I don't remember saying 17 at the beginning of the episode, but it should be 17. So I want to thank you all very much for watching episode 17 of Let's Platinum Tales of Symphonia. My name is Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.